Good evening. Now we're moving to our next lesson, lesson 5 in Adeptship, and we're going to be talking about what happens when our bodies go to sleep and also when there's a transition that people call death. We know that our soul resides within 4 lower bodies. We have the physical body that is clearly the one that we see. There are 3 other bodies as well. We have an etheric body, which is sometimes called the body double or the etheric double. It's right around our physical body. It's an envelope, let's say, energetic envelope in which our souls can travel when our body, our physical body, is sleeping. Then we have a mental body, which resonates with and relates to our thoughts. And then we have an emotional body where our emotions come through and are stored. Now we carry our bodies throughout a given life. And the etheric body, the body double, the one that's closest to our physical body, is the one with which our soul leaves the body temporarily or permanently, and it's also the body that contains the records, the memories of what has taken place in our life. All of our thoughts, feelings, and actions are recorded in the memory body. This is important because when we so-called die, the physical body, along with the mental and emotional body, get dissolved. Whether buried or cremated, there's a dissolution process of the energy fields of the physical, mental, and emotional body. But the etheric body does not die. And it is in that body that we go forth. And the etheric body, then containing all of the memories of these other 3 bodies, when it comes time to reincarnate, fashions a new body for the soul that is in line with the blueprint, the karmic blueprint that is held in the etheric body. So people tend to have a similar momentum from lifetime to lifetime. If they have challenges with their emotional body, with emotions, those will come back. If it's challenges at the level of the mental body, that will come back. If it's karmas, certain specific karmas in certain areas of the physical body, those will precipitate again in a new life. There's a continuation of life. And these are all spun or created out of the etheric double, or the etheric body. And so when we go to sleep, our soul leaves our physical body. Our outer human consciousness may still be sticking around, but the soul goes. And the soul is called to go to the higher octaves, especially if she'll make the prayer. Otherwise, the soul can be stuck in what's called the astral plane, which is the plane where bad dreams come from. And sometimes the soul will do both. It'll go to the etheric plane, and then on the way back it has to go through the astral plane. So it's important to make the calls to Archangel Michael to protect us when we go to sleep, or to be in communion with the Master. It's important. There was a little prayer I used to say when I was little before I would go to sleep that my mother taught me. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. I would say that always. And so whether the body no longer functions because it's stopped, or whether we are simply sleeping, our soul is off doing other things. And sometimes our soul is even off doing other things when we're active in the body. That can also happen, which is why the saints, especially like Padre Pio and others, were known to bilocate and do all of these various things. There are a number of Catholic saints who would bilocate. They would be seen in 2 places at once. we need to make the call before we go to sleep to go to the etheric retreats. I spoke in the previous lessons about the masters and Elohim and angels that you can find at ascendedmasterindex.net. And now I'm going to speak to you about the retreats of light, the retreats in the heaven world that are places of great learning. And there are beautiful descriptions of them and artistic focuses of them that I created when I was pregnant with my third child. And they are all at the website ethericretreats.com, ethericretreats.com. A lot of these descriptions can also be found in the book by Mark Elizabeth Clare Prophet, The Masters and Their Retreats, if you want a more in-depth description of the retreats. It's important to have this vision and understanding. In the ashram rituals and the ashram notes that were dictated by the Master Mark Prophet, by the Master El Morya to Mark Prophet, he spoke about the importance of having the focalization of the Washington Monument and to focus on that as we go to sleep, because the souls can gather at the Washington Monument, and from there souls do holy work at night. Souls do go and help the planet in different places where souls are needed to hold the balance. And so when we are out of the body, we might be in a retreat learning, and we may be doing planetary service of some sort. And it's a great privilege to be able to work with the Brotherhood of Light while we are out of the body. It also gives us a tremendous amount of comfort and renewal. Sometimes I am so tired and weary, and I go to bed and I know I will be recharged. By morning, we will be recharged. And so a part of that recharge, of course, is the sleep process for the physical body, but a bigger part of the recharge is the soul that has been away. We can even travel to other systems of worlds and stars. Like we can go to Sirius, Mother told us. We can go to the God star, we can go to Helios and Vesta, the sun of our system. We can, if we are, of course, able to enter in, and we can call to Archangel Michael to help us and protect us and guide us there. It's completely lawful to ask. And then, of course, everything you ask your Holy Christ Self to qualify to take us in our soul and our soul consciousness. One of the things that I'd like to mention here is that it is important, as much as possible, to have a clean room and to have a clean bed and to make our bed so the angels can bless it. It's important as much as possible to shower before we go to sleep, because we're taking the energy off of the day, not only the dirt and whatever else needs to be taken off physically, but we actually remove from our body the energy that has been accumulated during the day, especially if you are in a city or somewhere where there's a lot of heavy energy. And so it's really important to go to bed in a clean bed with a clean body so that your soul can more easily leave, and of course to make the prayer before you go. And so I would like to direct you now to this website, ethericretreats.com, again, because you will find out more there than I could ever tell you. And then if you want more information still, go and read The Masters and Their Retreats by Mark and Elizabeth Clare Prophet. And you will really understand the world that is waiting for you, where masters and angels and great beings abide and teach and serve all life here. And you will get that sense that your life is not limited to the physical plane. I want to share a quick story. Last week I actually had to be under sedation for a procedure in my hip, and I fully remember, even as I was sedated and coming back from sedation, I was fully aware that my soul was out of my body I was so fully aware that I was up in a higher level of consciousness. It was magnificent. I was in the presence of God and I was speaking to God. And I kept telling God, never forget how much I love you. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. And I kept saying it over and over again, and there was such a bliss and such a communion and such a union. And then I remember eventually starting to come back down towards my physical body. But it was interesting because a part of my consciousness was in the physical body and a part of it was out of the body. My human was in the body to some degree. My soul was out of the body. And then they reintegrated together, and it was a gentle descent. I was amazed at how fast you go up, like being in a hot air balloon. You just go up, up, up. And there's a decree the masters give us where they tell us we want to throw out some of the weight, some of the ballast, so our balloon can go up higher, so that we can go up higher. I believe it's Mighty Victory who speaks of that. So we want to be able to go up into the heavenly planes, and whether we are in a physical body or not, whether our body is still functioning properly or not, we want to be able to get to the highest point we can. And this is something that the disciples shared much about, which again you can read in the book, thegospelaquarius.com. So I can commend you to this book and to having a good night's sleep and then waking up refreshed. Many mornings I wake up with bits of songs, sometimes it's poetry or words, and I know it came from a master or from my twin flame or from my higher self. And these songs carry glyphs, and these songs remind me that yes, my soul was in the heaven world. So you can look for things like that. Elizabeth Clare Prophet said, have a notebook next to your bed and you can start writing things down. Sometimes you might have a very vivid retreat experience. I remember one time that I was in the Rhine Valley in Lanella's retreat, and I don't remember all that we were doing there. I've had a number of dreams with Mother Elizabeth Clare Prophet too, where there were messages or teachings and all, and some with the masters. But this Rhine Valley, it was really something. It was like I knew it. I knew the castle. I knew the valley. I knew the retreat. I just knew it, and I've never been there in this life. And I was like, oh yeah, that's Lanella's library, and this is where the fountains are, and this is where all this is, and I just remembered. And my body's never been there in the physical in this life. So we travel when we go out of the body, even if we don't remember. But little by little, the more you transmute your karma, the more you elevate your consciousness with violet flame, the more you will get to remember life in the etheric retreats. So God bless you, and check it out, ethericretreats.com.